my name is Ms Braiden and I am going to be your new class teacher when you move up to Year 2. Our class name is going to be Year 2 Nottingham class, and I'm so excited to meet you all in September and start learning together in our new classroom. I'm going to introduce you now to the adults that are going to be in Year 2. So your class teacher is going to be me, Ms Braiden, and the other teacher in your classroom is going to be Ms Apostolaki, who I know lots of you are going to know already from Year 1. So that's really exciting that Ms Apostolaki is also changing year groups and moving up with you to Year 2. Here are the other teachers in Year 2. So in Exeter class, we've got Miss Short and Miss Coppard, and Miss Coppard is also going to be working with Nottingham class 2. In Swansea class, we've got Miss Grant, and we've also got Miss Case, who I know that you're going to already know from Year 1, because Miss Case has been working in Year 1 last year. So Miss Case is also going to be moving up with you into Year 2, which is very exciting. So you've got Miss Apostolaki and Miss Casey you already know, and then you can get to know Miss Coppard, Miss Grant, Miss Short and myself. I have chosen for our class name to be called Nottingham class because this is where I went to university. Now in the bottom picture you can see me with my mum and my sister. This is when I graduated from university, when I finished university, and as you can see I'm wearing a black hat and everybody wears those when they finish university. So I went to study physiotherapy at university and then I changed my mind to become a teacher. Now physiotherapy is learning all about the body. And as you can see in the top picture here, this was all of the students that I also trained alongside with to become a physiotherapist. In the top picture on the left, you can see what my campus looked like at university. There was a beautiful lake which people often used to go on boats on. At the bottom picture on the left, this is where I spent my first year at university and I stayed away from home in Nottingham. This was called Lincoln Hall and it was a beautiful hall where I had my bedroom and I could meet lots of other friends. So here is a map of the United Kingdom. We live in a country called England. Now Nottingham is a city in England. We live in London, which is a city in England. Now I'm going to show you here, the arrow here is pointing to Nottingham. Now as you can see down here, we live here in London. So I had to drive roughly about 2 hours all the way up to Nottingham. Now Nottingham is quite near Sheffield, Birmingham and Leicester. You might have heard of these other cities. There are many great things to do in Nottingham. As you can see here in the top picture, this was the main square in Nottingham city centre. This is where lots of people like to go shopping and out to eat. You might recognise this picture from a film. This is the house of Batman's house called Wayne Manor. Now this is in a park called Woollerton Park in Nottingham, and there are lots of deers to see here, and you could often see them when you went on a picnic. The bottom picture here was a castle, and this castle is based in Nottingham. These are just some of the many things that are really great about Nottingham. So this is going to be our classroom. Our classroom is a really big classroom. It's really bright and it's got lots of space for us to learn. You're going to have your book corner inside of the classroom this year, so you'll be able to browse and take your books home from inside of the classroom. Another great thing about our classroom is we have got space to have our very own trays, which might be different from Year 1. You will also have space for a peg as well. So when you move up to a new year, you will have a new big question. Year 2's big question is, how can we overcome challenges? And when you come to school in September, our first question that we're going to be thinking about is, what can we learn from a challenge in history? And we're going to be reading an amazing text called Vlad and the Great Fire of London, and I know that you're going to love this. In our humanities lesson, we're going to be thinking about the Great Fire of London and how serious it was. And in science, we're going to be thinking about materials and how they change. There are so many more things to look forward to in Year 2. Here are some of my favourite Year 2 topics. So in English in Term 2, we're going to be thinking about how do we overcome fears, and fear is a challenge. And as you can see, Ms Braiden in this picture is holding a real life owl, and you might also get the opportunity to meet a real life owl in Term 2. In our humanities in Term 3, we're going to get the opportunity to learn about festivals from other religions, focusing on the Hindu festival of Diwali. In English, we're going to be thinking about the question in Term 4, there is no such thing as 100% good. Discuss. That's a really exciting question and I can't wait to hear your thoughts. In Term 5, in science, we're going to be thinking about what plants need to grow, and I already know you're going to have so much knowledge about this because I know you've all been growing plants over school closure. And for humanities in Term 6, we're going to be thinking about what it's like to be by the seaside, and there might be the opportunity to actually go to the seaside, which is really exciting. And in maths, we're going to be starting to do times table rock stars, and I know that you've been learning to count in 2s and 5s and 10s, so now you're going to be thinking about your times tables. And you're also going to be having your music lesson with Ms Crawley and your art lesson with Ms Rahim to look forward to in September. So, a bit about me. I can't wait to hear all about you in your letters that you write to me. So, I have got one sister. Her name is Karen and she is older than me. You can see her in this picture up here. This is also a picture of my mum and my 2 dogs. My 2 dogs are called Lila and Lucy. Lucy is the one on the left and Lila is the one on the right. My mum is called Gail. I have started to learn how to ski, and you can see a picture here of me on my very first skiing holiday. Now, it was a bit scary at first because I've never skied before, but I'm learning a new skill, which is always a good thing to do. You can see down here, this is my cat called Percy, and I only adopted him last year, and you'll learn all about him next year. And I'm sure I'm going to be showing you lots more photos and videos of him. I love Harry Potter. And a few years ago, I was actually an extra in Harry Potter, and I was part of the film, in the last film, and I was in Ravenclaw House. And here you can see me taking part in a running race. I like taking part in different competitions and keeping fit, doing yoga and going on lots of walks with my dogs. So now you've got to know me, now's my chance to get to know you. I would like you to write me a letter and then send it to me by email. My email is e.braiden@kingsolomonacademy.org, and I would like you to write this down so you can ask your parent to take a picture of your letter and send it to me so I can read all about you before we meet properly in September. I would like you to think about the following questions when you write your letters. How have you found home learning? Have you enjoyed it? Are you looking forward to come back to school in September? Who is in your family? You heard who is in my family. Who is in your family? What do you like to do in your free time? What hobbies do you like to do? What's your favourite thing to do outside of school? You might want to tell me, what is your favourite thing about school? What's your favourite subject? What do you like learning about best? What do you find difficult at school? Is there anything that you'd like to work on next year? What are you looking forward to about the year ahead? What are you looking forward to most in Year 2? Is there anything you're worried about or unsure about and you'd like to let me know before September? Don't worry if you can't think of anything. You can always talk to me about this in September when we meet properly. And then I would like you to make sure you ask any questions you have too, any questions you'd like to know about me, any questions you'd like to ask before September, and then I will make sure that I get back to you about these questions. Thank you so much for listening, and I would really look forward to meeting you all in September. Can't wait to see you soon. Bye!